Hi. It's as if the only time that I remember that I have this platform is to come and update you about where I'm at in life. But you know that happens. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're returning subby baby, how you doing? Hope you're doing well emotionally, physically, mentally, everything J. And if you're new, you don't know who I am. Hi, my name is cleondamane. Welcome to my corner of the internet. We do a little bit of everything over here, but trust me, we have a fun time. So subscribe. The last time I did this, I swore up and down that I would be posting more, I would record more because it was going to be an eventful year for me. But as the year progressed, I realized, Guti, I actually can't do that. I'm not really prone to doing that. I don't feel comfortable with doing that at that point in time because so much was happening at the same time. I could not even catch a breath, let alone grab my camera, grab my phone, and start recording anything that was happening. The last time that I attempted to record something, I didn't end up uploading because, again, so much was happening at the same time, I could not catch a breath. But how have you guys been doing? How have you guys been? I am making this video so that I can have like a step going forward to see how I feel about this platform. So much has been happening. I feel like I could talk for days about what has been happening in my life and just with the world and everything that has caused me to not feel comfortable to being on this platform anymore, or as much as I was before. But I think it's best that I started off where I left it the last time. So the last time you guys saw me, I was doing my final year in uni, and as I said, so much was going to be happening in that year. I ended up finishing in record time and I did graduate. I did end up graduating, and even then I thought, okay, I'm going to take this opportunity to record again and revive my YouTube, but I just couldn't because so much was happening at the same time. But the last time you saw me, I was doing my final year. I was at the beginning stage of my final year and it was all looking good from that point onwards. After I recorded the last video that I recorded that year that I haven't uploaded yet, I could not get myself to edit that video. I just couldn't. So much was happening that doing work that is not fruitful to me, that I feel like would have been like a waste of my time, I just couldn't get myself to do it, even though it's something that I enjoy doing. The things that I mentioned in my last update video saying that there's so many things that I look forward to doing this year included going out with my class for a week to Mpumalanga, finishing my final year, so like uni vlogs and things like that, my final uni vlogs for my final year, doing the last wheel activities that I had for that year, doing the drops that I had for my business, the business vlogs that I was looking forward to doing that year. All of those things I could not do because of the state that I was in last year. I'm telling you right now, if you were to see how I was last year, you would be surprised that I even made it out. It was that bad. My mental health was not that great, my living situation was not that great, my academic life was not that great. Not saying that my academic track record was bad, it's just my academic life was too much for me to bear because I was studying to complete my degree and simultaneously I was doing research. And those two were a bit difficult for me to juggle and a bit difficult for me to go as far as to vlog. It was not an easy thing for me to experience, let alone document. As you know, even in my final year, I was staying at home, so I was commuting and there were struggles with that as well. So when I say that so much was happening at once, I am not lying. Eventually, at the end of the year, I ended up, if you don't know, I was doing a health science degree, and if you are someone who's in the health sciences, you have to do a compulsory period of community service, which is kind of like a period of time where you're learning to be in the health space or the healthcare profession that you have chosen, right? By the end of that year, I was placed in a place that I did not choose, and it was a bit difficult for me to kind of like wrap my head around being placed in this place that, number one, I had no idea existed, number two, was not in any of the provinces that I had chosen, and number three, it was a rural place, right? If you don't know, when you're doing your ComServe, you have the option to choose either an urban, peri-urban, or a rural place, if I'm not mistaken. and almost all of my options were rural, and I think one of them was peri-urban, right? The one where I was like, you know what, the chances of me being placed here are very slim, but if I'm placed here, it would be very convenient and nice for me, right? All of those options that I put out, I did not get placed in any of them. Instead, I was placed in this rural place, right? So it was a bit difficult for me to adjust to having to move my life for a whole year in a place that I know nothing of. So I tried to do a swap to an urban area, even though I knew the odds of me being placed there are slim to none. But I took my chances and I was not accepted, obviously. I didn't get the second option that I chose for, or the second chance for me to be placed somewhere else. So I either had the option to decline the offer or to accept it. At that point in time, when I was evaluating what I wanted to do with my life, I was like, I don't want to push back my life even further than I feel like it is at. So I decided to accept the offer. And now I am, as of 2026, I have been residing in a completely different province to those that I've stayed in before. And I am placed in a rural area, but my workplace is in the urban side of that rural area, if it makes sense. So it's a small town. I'm placed in a small town. I work in a hospital, and the place that I'm staying in is outside of home. So I ended up moving out for the sake of a job. I have been staying here for the past 4 months, going on 5 since we're in May. And I have been enjoying every single moment that I've been here. Yes, there have been dark times because I'm human. I experience emotions and things like that. But for the most part, it has been a very positive experience. The people that I work with are very kind and they understand that it's a bit difficult for me to be placed here, considering that I'm coming from an urban area, more so a very busy city. This place is a very quiet, small town. There's like 3 grocery stores, 2 clothing stores, there's no shopping center. In order for me to feel sane, I have to create my own entertainment, and that's exactly what I've been doing. And I've been so at peace. Also, to that, since the year has started, I also, as I mentioned, I have graduated. And I think today marks almost like 2 weeks after my grad. And let me tell you, leading up to my grad, it was a very difficult time for me because so much was going on and I just had to try to keep my head on my neck rather than being on a swivel so that I don't lose my marbles. And it was difficult, but I definitely enjoyed my grad. I made my grad to be such a positive experience, and I was surrounded by people who loved and cared for me, and it was really, really a good experience. I just couldn't capture the moment because everything was happening so fast, but I can tell you right now, I genuinely enjoyed my grad. It was a good day and a few days after that, or like a good period, if I can put it that way. And I'm very proud of myself for being able to see what I have started through. Do I foresee myself sharing my grad pictures on platforms like Instagram and things like that? I don't think so. But maybe I can put them somewhere on the screen so that you guys see what I was working with. But other than that, it was a successful grad. Nothing went wrong, genuinely. Yes, things did not happen on time, but nothing happened late to the point where anything that happened was bad. It was just a positive experience all around, and I'm very grateful for the love that I got from the people who knew that I was graduating, because I am a very private person, but when I do share things and people actually acknowledge that, I was just grateful for that, I'm not gonna lie. And then I came back to my place of residence, and for like 2 weeks after grad, or like the weeks after grad leading up until now, it was a very difficult time for me because I was trying to balance being back and trying to figure out exactly what I want to do, for myself outside of work. Fortunately, after grad, we had a couple of like public holidays and I got a chance to kind of like ease through it. Though I do have a couple of grievances, but I'm not going to touch on those right now because this is a life update. If you see me looking around away from the camera, it's because I'm still adjusting to being in front of the camera and speaking to the cameras, because clearly I haven't been on this platform for a while. So just forgive me. I will get back to my normal self and speaking directly to the camera, but as of right now, just let me just let my eyes wander around as I gather my thoughts. Another thing that has been happening is the fact that I have been trying to build my Instagram and TikTok, personal Instagram and TikToks, because we live in a time where, as a content creator, you cannot deny the fact that short form content is one of the leading ways to consume content from regular people. So I've been trying to build up my personal pages or just share short videos here and there to see exactly, number one, what I like to post on short form content, number two, the videos that my audience may like to see on these platforms, number three, what works best, considering that I do enjoy long form horizontal content, but I cannot deny the fact that vertical content can drive traffic towards my horizontal content. I've been trying to figure out how to do that. I've been trying to figure out which activities I can share on my YouTube vlogs, which activities I can share on my short form vlogs, and if I feel comfortable to actually bring my short form content into my YouTube content as well, in terms of YouTube shorts. So it's been a tricky time, because the last time that I was uploading on this platform, the main platform of content that you get from regular people was through YouTube. And now there's YouTube, there's TikTok, there's Instagram, and all those different platforms have different audiences that react differently to different content. And on top of that, obviously, I also have a business identity. And when it comes to sharing content on YouTube, there was a point in time where I kind of like blended my business content with my personal content. And I'm trying to figure out if that's something that I want to do going forward. If I want to have either a separate business YouTube page or try to infuse some of my business content onto YouTube, because those also drive traffic to my business, which is something that I still enjoy doing. Also on my business, if I'm being honest, it's been difficult to navigate marketing, because one of the main marketing platforms that people use for online businesses is social media, and social media has changed from the last time, or social media has changed from the first time that I launched my business to now. And even throughout that time, it was very difficult for me to kind of like manage social media content, because at the end of the day, when it comes to my business, I am the only person who is a part of my business. So anything that has to do with my business, I have to figure it out. Marketing, branding, selling, payment, everything, shipping, all of those stuff, because this is an online business. And it's been very tricky because, number one, I'm selling products that most people do not find as something that they would like to have or like a necessity. And selling something that is not a necessity is very difficult to do, because you have to find a way to convey to people that they would like to have this product, right? So that's also something that I've been thinking about. But since I have moved out from home and I've been living in a different province, I've been wrapping my head around exactly what I want to do, and I feel like this is the best time for me to figure out what I want to do when it comes to social media and how I would like to present myself on social media. There was a point in time where I wasn't posting on Instagram because I was not as connected to Instagram as I was before, and now I'm trying to get back to Instagram. There was a point in time where I never posted any of like personal content, not even personal, but like content of myself on TikTok outside of my business. And now I also have a TikTok page, and I'm trying to revive my YouTube because this is the most comfortable platform for me to post. I was watching some of my old videos and I was being hit by a hit of nostalgia, because I realized that YouTube was really a platform that I was comfortable on, and I would like to revive that. So with YouTube as well, there's so much to take into consideration: music, thumbnails, attention span, how to grab your attention, all of that. Like it's a lot to tackle, but I had to remind myself that I created my YouTube for myself. I was consistently posting YouTube videos even though I was not getting views, even though I was not getting engagement. I still posted YouTube videos, and I was reminded why I was keeping up with posting videos, because there goes my light. Okay, the lighting may look a little crazy, a little difficult to see properly compared to the first one, but we're working with what we have, okay? But yeah, I would love to get back to YouTube and posting how I used to post, because this was a platform that I found most comfortable compared to other platforms. Now that I'm easing my way back, maybe I will be back and posting consistently. We don't know, but I would like to say I would like to give myself time to work at my own pace. it's gonna be a bit difficult for me to be the person who was uploading weekly vlogs every now and then, regardless of the engagement, regardless of the content, because I'm not in the same space that I was in years ago. And secondly, I am managing so many things at once. So this will be my preferred outlet if I continue posting on YouTube as I did before. But other than that, yeah, I'm at a place in life where I think giving myself a chance to do what I think is necessary is the way forward. I would like to bring you guys along, and I hope you guys will give me a chance to bring you guys along and see how this whole thing is gonna go and turn out by the end of this year, because after this year ends, I don't know where my life is gonna be, I don't know where I will be, but I would still enjoy to be the person who is sharing her life, documenting her life, and just existing alongside other people. And yeah, I think this light is also gonna die as well, because this room is looking a little too blue for my liking. So let me wrap this video up. I realized that the clip of me trying to close out this video looked very, very dark. So this is just me coming on here to say thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this video was not too long. I'm going to try to post as consistently as I can, though I do have a lot that I am tackling, so it will be a bit tricky for me to do that. But I genuinely hope you enjoyed watching the video. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you guys in the next one. Bye.